All right, y'all. All the Queen's Men, Season 4, Episode 8. Let's get into this recap. So, boom, y'all, we pick up right where we left off with Babyface versus Quincy. Now, Quincy has just shown everybody proof that Babyface is his father, and Babyface says, I don't care what that says. I'm not your daddy. Quincy said, so you gonna act like you don't know Chanel? Babyface said, Chanel who? You need to be more specific. Doc said, it ain't like her name Kim or something. How many Chanels did you sleep with? Midnight said, Doc, how many did you sleep with? Doc said, you know what? Good point. Babyface said, look, I don't know half of the women I come in contact with at this club. Quincy said, okay, what about Chanel Johnson? Babyface said, I don't know a bitch named Chanel Johnson, Jenkins, or James. Quincy said, my mother not a bitch. Babyface said, your mama may not be a bitch, but she is a damn lie. Get out my face. And he walked away. Babyface, this how you gonna treat our child? We are at the police station with Rods and Davis. They are meeting with Naima, and they tell her that there was a mix-up at the hospital and her tox report is clean. There is no PCP in her system. Of course, Naima is so happy, and they tell her she can get back to work now. So she goes back to work. Davis says to Rods, now that we got that out the way, we got to cover our tracks. We cannot let anybody find out we shredded those documents. And Rods say, I'll talk to Dr. Brownstone at the hospital. She owed me a favor and could take care of things on that end. We should be clear. Should be clear or are clear? Because y'all should have did that before y'all decided to pull this BS. And they supposed to be the pros. Madam has shown up to court with her lawyer, Blue, and Tommy. She walks right up to Rods and Davis and she says, you do know there are cameras back there, press and everything. Did you not want to even try? I mean, put on some makeup? Davis said all the foundation in the world couldn't cover up the fact that you are pure evil. Rod said, love it. Do you ever get tired of defending criminals? You know she guilty. Lovett said, careful, counselor. You're bordering on slander. I would hate to have to take you to trial after you lose this one. Now the judge comes out and he like, madam, how do you plead? Madam said, not guilty. Everybody in the courtroom started cheering. They're like, woo woo. The judge say, order. This is not a nightclub. I will not tolerate a bunch of antics in my courtroom. Trial is set for the 11th. Okay, cool. So we got to the 11th to do what we need to do and get rid of whoever we need to get rid of. Period. Big D and Frago at the barbershop, and of course Big D bring up this Sandra thing. He says to Frago, you ever find the guys that you was looking for? Frago say, yeah, I got their information, but I ain't did nothing with it yet. Big D say, why not? What you waiting on? Frago said, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go down that road. Big D say, I get it. It could be dangerous, but if you change your mind, let me know, because I'm going to go down that road with you. Frago like, you ain't got to do that. Big D say, it don't matter. I got your back, so let me know whenever you ready. Big D, what if he looking for you, sir? Now we at Amp's house, and him and Dime is flirting, right? And he's like, do you see anything different? Do you notice anything different? And she like, what you talking about? He like, look at your key ring. It's a key to his house on her key ring. And she like, what's going on? And he like, oh, that's my key or our key. I love Wicked up to you, and I want to do that as much as possible. I want your face to be the first face I see when I wake up and the last face I see before I go to bed at night. Will you move in with me? And she said, yes. I don't know what the hell going on, but I just know it's moving too fast. Can we get some more time? Y'all just got back together. This man is still in AA. You don't even know you pregnant yet. We gonna need that DNA test first, sis. It is just all too much, and I'm gonna need M to pump his brakes because he doing a lot. My baby face is still upset about this Quincy situation. So he goes and talks to Madam, and he says, you know the new guy Quincy? He not working for me. Madam said, I know he not, because he works for me. What's the problem? He said, he's stirring up drama. Madam said, what kind of drama? Babyface said, he going around saying he my son. Madam say, do you think he not? Babyface said, it don't matter. He can't be starting drama. Madam say, okay, so what you proposing? Babyface said, it's either him or me. Madam said, I don't think you should be doing all that because he making more money than you right now. And he got 4 privates booked this weekend. Babyface said, I had a couple of slow nights. Madam said, no, you been messed up ever since you moved in with Tandy. You got relaxed. Babyface said, well, he only bringing in that type of money because he fresh meat. He gonna be right back with them amateurs in a few weeks. Madam said, and so were you if you don't get your money up. Is there anything else you need? He said, no, madam. She said, well, let yourself out. Babyface, child, just go be a daddy and stop being bitter. So boom, we are in another therapy session with Blue. We outside. She's trying this new form of therapy. It's bows and arrows. Blue, of course, is not feeling it. So her therapist like, just give it a try. Blue like, I was a sniper. I could have brought my doop. The therapist like, I want you to shoot the bow and arrow, but tell me what happened in Afghanistan. Blue has a breakdown. She like, there was so much blood. All I could think about was my friend, what I was going to tell his family. The therapist said, what did you do? Now, Blue was crying, and she said, I just froze. I didn't do anything. So the therapist is like, Belinda. And Blue is having an episode. She points the bow and arrow to the therapist. And the therapist is like, calm down. It's just you and me. You safe. And Blue comes back to reality, and she like, what is wrong with me? And the therapist is like, nothing. You just having a hard time processing these emotions. Baby, child, the therapist was finna get left in those woods. Blue is not the only one hitting targets. Madam has this guy Brightsure in her office. Now Brightsure works the bar and the register keeps coming up short. So Madam has him in her office tied up, tape on the mouth, and she is throwing darts in his chest. She threw one and it split his lip. So she like, my register not gonna come up short again, is it? And he like, Tommy talking about, I got a new Chinese start if you want to use it. Tommy, please. So she tells him he can go. Mind you, he's still tied up, still got tape on his mouth, and he hops out the office. Madam calls Blue. Her phone goes to voicemail. Madam is like, Blue, answer this phone. Madam, Blue is going through something right now. Please stand by. We are back at Amp's house. He chilling. He gets a knock at the door. It's his mom. She like, hey, I bought dinner. He like, oh, cool, what you bring? She says salmon and asparagus. He said, oh, it smells good, like the pork chops and rice. She says, surprise, it is. I was messing with you. I had to bring you some pork chops. They was always your favorite. He said, I can't stop cheesing right now. I've been thinking about them since you brought them up the other day. She said, anything for my baby. Now he gets a little weird. She said, thank you for letting me come back. He said, don't thank me too much. Dime, she's dope. Tony said, I could tell she a good woman. And she like, look, I'm really sorry. I know where we are right now is kind of weird and uncomfortable. I'm just trying to move through it. He said, I understand. She said, I don't know how to do it. But he said, this is a good start. So she like, what you been up to since you been out of prison? He said, I just been dancing at the club for Madam. He said, oh, there's that look. What's wrong? She said, no, nothing. I'm here with you, and that makes everything okay. Right, because you trying to snake Madam out, but she got your son under her thumb. So you might want to think twice before you come for us, Tony. The guys are in the locker room and they are talking about Babyface. Big D said, is it just me or this Babyface and Quincy situation is crazy? Midnight said, it's like a Mexican soap opera. People, kids just popping up out of nowhere. Doc said, it's like Star Wars, only Darth Vader ain't trying to claim Luther. Frago said, I am not your father. Babyface walks in. He said, don't stop now. I heard y'all. Doc said, this is weird, bro. What's up with you and your new son? Babyface said, hell, if I know, I'm not claiming that nigga. Midnight said, you can't deny 99.9%. Trust me, if you could, I wouldn't be on child support. Doc said, he your flesh, your blood. You can't just not talk to him. Babyface said, watch me. Amp said, bro, for real, that's foul. Don't be no foul nigga. My pops don't talk to me no more and it don't feel good. Babyface said, what am I supposed to do? He a grown man. Amp said, so are you. Big D said, does he want something? Babyface said, hell if I know. El Frago said, you can at least hear him out. Babyface say, look, mind y'all business, I'ma mind mine. What y'all shaking y'all heads for judging me? Whatever. So Midnight say, whatever you say, Pops, and then somebody else said, deadbeat ass daddy. They are all so unserious, but they was telling him the right thing. Like, that is your child, and you need to claim him, baby face. Like, you already got kids. He already grown. He don't need you to take care of him. He make more money than you. Hell, you should be proud. Trouble, dumb, slow, stupid self is still outside of the club selling her narcotics, and she runs into this girl. And the girl like, what you got? Trouble say she just bought some Molly. The girl say, how much? Trouble say 2 for $50. The girl say, how about 30? Trouble say the price is the price. The girl say, well, I'll take 2. What else you got? Trouble say, I got 20 for a bump, 75 for the gram. The girl said, let me get the gram. Trouble say, oh, you trying to get lit. She gives Trouble the money. Trouble say, all this and you was sweating the bitch over $20? The girl pulled out her badge and said, yeah, because I was setting your dumb ass up. Well, took the words right out of my mouth. Blue is back and she goes to Madam's office. She said, you said you wanted to see me. Madam said, yeah. Blue said, is everything okay? Madam said, you tell me. I haven't seen or heard from you since court. What's going on with that? Blue said, I just had to take care of a few things. Madam said, you know, you've been real evasive lately. Blue said, I had some errands I had to run. Madam said, errands? You know what? You grown. It's your personal life. You are entitled to your space. Blue said, I appreciate that. Madam said, I just wanted to check in on you. I know that bomb stuff was a lot. Blue said, come on, madam. You know I've been through worse. Madam said, I do. But you and I both know that after a while, all this stuff starts to add up. Blue said, I got a handle. Madam said, you got a handle. I bet you do. You just know everything. I don't even know why I try to talk to you. You gonna do whatever you want to do anyway, so okay. Blue said, we good? Madam said, for now. Babyface goes to the amateur dressing room and he like, everybody out the mother effing dressing room, please. And so everybody leaving and he like, except you, talking to Quincy. Now it's just the two of them. Babyface say, so how did you find me? Quincy said, you just walked in here. Babyface said, you know what I'm talking about. Quincy said, my mama gave me your name when I turned 18. Babyface said, okay, that's supposed to be proof. I'm not the only Jerry Brown in Atlanta. Quincy said, no, but you the only Jerry Brown with my DNA. Babyface said, so what you want from me? Quincy said, I just want to get to know my daddy and be more in his life. Babyface said, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I'm not interested in none of that. You over 18, you grown now, ain't nothing I could do for you. I just think it's best we continue not knowing each other. Quincy said, damn, so you don't even want to try. Babyface said, I'm sorry, but this ain't on me. Your mama should have hollered at me earlier. Quincy said, wow, it's like that. Babyface said, that's all I got for you. You don't want to know nothing else, right? Quincy said, nah, you ain't got to ever worry about me asking you for nothing. Babyface, he's sarcastic like you. He fine like you. He dance like you. Why you not claiming our child? Detective Davis must be the only detective in Atlanta because she is on Trouble's case too. She is in there interrogating Trouble, and Trouble is like, lawyer. Davis said, we'll get you one, but do you like baseball? Trouble said, no, it's pretty boring, like you. Davis said, you know why I like baseball? Because it's 3 strikes you out. You know how many strikes you got? You look concerned. You should be. You know, looking at your rap sheet, you got breaking and entering, robbery, and now selling narcotics to a cop. That's at least 20 years. Trouble said, lawyer, because you violated my rights. Davis said, they gonna violate you in prison. Then she say, you know, you been down here all this time and your boss ain't came to help you. You might want to think about yourself. She walks out the door talking about some valet girl, you're going to get validated and I cannot wait. Midnight, I told you this Renee chick was going to be a problem. She shows back up to the club and he like, you back so soon? She said, I can't stop thinking about you. He said, well, I got a VIP. I will holler at you. She grabbed him. She said, sorry, I didn't mean to get rough with you unless you want me to, like you roughed me up and manhandled me the other night. He pulled her to the side and said, why you keep on talking about that in here? You trying to give people the wrong idea? She said, you right. We'll talk about it later. He said, ain't nothing to talk about. She said, I didn't mean to upset you. I just wanted to see you. He said, well, you just saw me. She said, can I get a VIP? He said, not now. I will talk to you later. He walks away. Now Blue is watching. She walks up to Blue and she like, are you Blue? Blue said, why? She said, I want to book a VIP with Midnight. Blue said, he booked up. Doc is open. She said, I only want Midnight. Blue said, you can't have him tonight. Renee said, we'll see about that. Girl, what you finna do now? We back in the boys' locker room and they still talking about this Babyface situation. So Babyface said, I don't want to talk about this ish no more. Midnight said, you lucky she ain't hit you up when he was still in diapers. They expensive. Doc said you would know. Midnight said, I take care of all my kids too. Big D said, kids are expensive. That's why I don't want none no time soon. Right. Alfredo said, it wouldn't be bad having someone look up to you. Doc said, yeah, until they start looking up to you, asking you for cars, purses, shoes, this and that. Amp say it's all about timing. If a nigga ain't ready, he ain't ready. Looking at Babyface. Midnight say, nah, these HOEs be scheming. Doc say, that's why I got a stock in latex. Now in walks this girl and all the boys think that she is the new fluffer. They introducing themselves, they flirting. She handing them paper talking about it's consent forms. So she called out their real name, give them their form, and she said, you've been served. They like, oh my God, a pretty devil. Tommy runs into Madam's office and she like, Tommy, what the hell is going on? He said, shh. She said, why you shushing me in my own office? He said, I'm sorry. I heard it's a process server out there. I ain't trying to let her get me. Madam said, boy, I thought somebody was trying to shoot you. She gonna get you at some point. Ain't no need of hiding in my office. Tommy said, nah, they not finna get me in court to throw dirt on your name. Madam said, I'm not worried about what you gonna say. I know where your loyalty lies. But since you in here, you could do something for me. He said, anything. She said, keep an eye on Blue. He said, Blue, why? Madam said, I don't know, but something going on with her. She not talking. Tommy said, you think somebody got to her? Madam said, I don't know, but with this trial going on, I can't risk it. Tommy said, that's smart. Don't worry, I got your back. I'm going to keep an eye on Blue and let you know what I find. Rayshawn is checking on Quincy because he heard what happened between him and Babyface. Quincy say, I don't know what I was expecting from him anyway. Rayshawn say, he bad news. I tried to warn you. Quincy said, yeah, you talked about him a couple times, but you never went into specifics. Rayshawn say, I didn't know if you wanted to know all that. He literally asked you so many times what happened. Anyway, Quincy said, I do now. Now that all this is out in the open, I want to know who he really is. Rayshawn said, okay, you really want to know? And he told him what happened. He said Babyface pimped him out to Tandy's husband, took his money, took his car, and then threatened him when he tried to get it back. And he was like, well, ain't nothing I could do about it now. Quincy like, that's foul, that's messed up. He can't get away with that. Rayshawn said, it is what it is. Ain't nothing I could do about it. Quincy said, maybe not, but karma is a bitch. Son, what you finna do to your daddy? Tandy calls Madam and say, I heard they set your trial date. I was just giving you a call to check in and see how you was holding up. Madam said, bitch, you do not care about me. What do you want? Tandy said, I'll cut to the chase. I want to set up my first official party as mayor. Madam said, go on. Tandy said, I will provide the rich, thirsty benefactors and you'll provide the man of Eden for a bachelor auction. Madam said, so you asking me for my VIPs? Tandy said, yeah, can you throw in some new D to spice up the after party? You know what I like. Madam said, you the mayor. Don't you got stuff to be doing other than throwing a sex party? Tandy said, it's a fundraiser. Madam said, what's going on with my land? Tandy said, there's been a hiccup. She said, it's taking a little longer than I anticipated. Madam said, it's taking longer because you always got a D in your mouth. Get your priorities straight before you mess this up for the both of us. Tandy said, I'll make it happen. In the party, Madam said, you can have my dancers, but it's going to cost you double. I'll consider lowering the prices once I get my land. And Tandy said, okay. Oh, Lord. This guy, Gene, is meeting up with Tony at Maddie B's, and he has beef with Madam, too. He like, oh, the walls are closing in on Madam. A lot of people being subpoenaed. And Tony like, that serves them right for dealing with her shady. But basically, Gene and Tony trying to take Eden from Madam. Madam pulls Frago to the side to check on him to see if he got any closure. Frago said, yeah, I'm good. Madam said, you ain't do nothing stupid with that address, did you? He said, no, I didn't. She said, okay, because I'm going to need you to put this behind you. Let that itch go. He said, I understand. She said, I don't need you distracted. He said, I'm not distracted. Everything is fine. I'm good. And I think that he is okay. I think he gonna let it go. I don't know. Maybe not. But for right now, he cool. Blue gets a phone call. It's from Trouble, and Trouble is telling her that she need Madam to bail her out from jail. Blue said, what you in jail for? She said, selling narcotics. Blue say, what side of town? Trouble say, at Eden. Blue said, oh, Madam ain't coming to get you. Trouble said, well, I ain't got nobody else. Blue said, baby, get off my phone. And she hung up on her. Midnight is leaving work and Renee was waiting on him at the door. He like, what you still doing here? She said, I kept calling you. He said, my phone was on Do Not Disturb. I'm at work. She said, okay, well, what you doing now? I thought we can get something to eat. Midnight said, first of all, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Second, I'm not your man, so why would we do that? Renee said, was anything between us real? He said, I told you from the gate it was all about the money. If you want to go get food, that's $1,000. If you want some head, it's $500. She said, I don't have that right now. Can I pay you tomorrow? He said, this ain't Lower Way D. When you got it, let me know. And he walked away. It is too much going on. Madam and her lawyer are going over the witness list, and Madam don't know some of the people that's on there. Lester, she said, might be a problem. Lola is on that list, and Madam said that she should be good. Child, little do Madam know. So Madam tells him to let her get a copy of the witness list, and he is hesitant. Madam like, thank you, the F. Her lawyer say, look, I gotta tell you that threatening anybody on that list is illegal. Madam said, anything else? He said, this case is looking good for us so far. I just need you to keep it that way. And she was like, okay, cool. He leaves. She calls Smoke, gives him one of the girls' names, Keisha, that's on the list, and told him to do his research and she'll let him know when it's time to make the move. And she told him, you can have fun with this one. And we already know Smoke wants all of the smoke. Dime is still sick and she doing everything but taking a pregnancy test. She talking about it's acid reflux. And Amp like, let's go to the ER. It might be an ulcer. She like, no, I just can't eat spicy foods before bed. And now they finna have sex. Well, enjoy all the sex y'all can while y'all can, because once he find out she pregnant and that Big D might be the father, ain't gonna be no more sex for a while, honey. So boom, last scene of the episode. Knock, knock, who's there? It is Davis at Madam house. She walks in. Madam grabbed her like, girl, what you think you doing? Davis said, I got a warrant. Madam said, for what? Davis said, any and everything that could be incriminated. So back the F back and let me and my team do our job. Now police come out of nowhere. They all in Madam house. And Madam is like, Tommy, hurry up and get your ass downstairs because we need you right now. But anyway, y'all, that was that on that. I will be back next week with a recap to episode 9, so come back for that. In the meantime, between time, watch the videos for my other shows. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's have a conversation down in the comment section below. Don't forget to follow me on all my social medias. I will link them down in the description box below. And yeah, it's your girl, Cynthia Renee, and I will see y'all here next week. Peace.